Today, we are taking a close look at the association management system WebSuite2. We're going to explore who it's really for, where it absolutely shines, and maybe most importantly, the critical trade-offs you have to consider before you make any big decisions. So let's jump right in. Hello! I'm your host, a digital marketing associate with SmartThoughts. We're an independent advisory firm, and what we do all day, every day, is help associations and nonprofits, just like yours, make sense of the really complex world of technology so you can find that perfect fit for your unique mission. To give you the full picture today, we've broken this down into 5 key parts. We'll kick things off with a quick overview, then we'll dive into the platform's biggest strengths and its limitations. From there, we'll arm you with some really critical questions to ask your team, and then wrap it all up by figuring out if this system is truly the right one for you. All right, first up, let's get our bearings with a quick overview. We need to establish exactly what WebSuite2 is and who it's really designed for. So what are we actually talking about when we say WebSuite2? Well, think of it as a Tier 3 all-in-one association management system. Now, what that really means is it's built for organizations that have simpler needs and, frankly, smaller budgets. It's specifically for US-based nonprofits and trade associations, especially those with what we call microstaffs, a very small team, giving you one single system for both your member database and your website. Now, what's really notable here is the company's history. TCS Software has been in this market since 1985. In an industry where companies get bought and sold all the time, their stability and independence really says something. It's a huge indicator that they're a stable, long-term partner. Okay, now for the good stuff. Let's dig into the platform's core strengths. This is where WebSuite2 really sets itself apart from the crowd. A lot of mission statements can feel like just corporate fluff, right? But this one actually gives you the roadmap to their entire business model. The focus is on being affordable and building real relationships, and that philosophy flows directly into their biggest strengths. And you can see that focus in 4 key areas. First, you get live US-based phone support. When you call, a real person actually answers the phone. Amazing! Second, it is a true all-in-one system, so you could forget about the headaches of trying to connect a bunch of different tools. A huge selling point for many is that there's no long-term contract. Boards love that. And finally, that vendor stability we just talked about, that's not just history, it's a feature. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The results, well, they really speak for themselves. This Capterra rating shows a perfect 5.0 for customer service. That's across dozens of reviews. That is almost unheard of in the software world. It's some seriously powerful, independent proof that their high-touch support model is the real deal. Okay, but every single decision involves a trade-off. No platform is perfect. So now it's time for a little reality check. Choosing a system like this means you're accepting certain limitations, and it is crucial that we're clear about what those are. So this slide lays out the core strategic choice you're making, plain and simple. On one hand, you gain that amazing direct support, incredible stability, and all-in-one simplicity. But what you trade away for it is a sleek, modern interface, easy-to-use self-service web design tools, and the power to manage really complex events. Now, I want to be really clear here. These are not fatal flaws. They are strategic trade-offs. A slightly dated interface might not matter at all to your team, but for another organization, it could be a complete deal breaker. It all comes down to your priorities. So to make this really practical for you, let's turn this analysis into a tool you can use right now. Here are some direct questions that you and your team absolutely must discuss before you even think about shortlisting a platform. First things first, what matters more to your team day to day? Is it the ability to pick up the phone and get an instant answer from a real person? Or is it having a clean, modern interface that's so intuitive they can figure it out on their own? Next up, be really honest about your events. Are you mainly running simple luncheons and webinars, or are you trying to manage massive, complex conferences with multiple tracks, tons of exhibitors, and complicated certification rules? WebSuite2 is built for the first one, not so much the second. Now, let's think about your leadership for a second. Is avoiding a 3-year contract a top priority for your board? And are they willing to accept a more, let's say, utilitarian platform in exchange for that kind of financial flexibility? And finally, think about your staff's actual capacity. Do you have someone on your team who's dying to get in there and build landing pages on the fly? Or is your team already stretched so thin that they would actually prefer to just shoot an email to the vendor and have them make website updates? So, all of this brings us to the most important question of all. With all this context, how do you actually decide if WebSuite 2 is the right choice for your association? In my 20+ years of consulting on this stuff, I have seen so many well-meaning organizations make this mistake. They pick a system because of one flashy feature or a super low price, only to realize a year later that a critical trade-off is costing them thousands in lost time and member frustration. Because here is the absolute truth. There is no such thing as the best AMS. There is only the best fit for your association's unique culture, your strategic goals, your staff's actual abilities, and your budget realities. Answering those questions we just went through is a great first step, but it's rarely the last one. And this is exactly where getting some impartial, expert guidance can make all the difference in the world. A short, focused conversation can help you clarify these trade-offs and really validate whether a platform like WebSuite 2 actually aligns with where you're trying to go, and it can help you avoid a really costly mistake. So if you're sitting there feeling that informed uncertainty, that sense that, hey, this platform has some real strengths, but I need to be absolutely sure about those trade-offs, that's a good thing. It means you're taking this decision seriously. Give us a call at 817-523-9801 or visit us at smartthoughts.net and download our free AMS software selection toolkit to help you in your search. Let's find your best fit together.